Good morning. Happy to see you here. Happy to start this morning at Vtex Day. Very excited to have the opportunity to open the architectural and development stage today. I'm sorry, my Portuguese classes were not very good last year, so I will give this speech in English. My name is Vincenzo Ierace. I'm a Director Solution Architect for Vtex in the EMEA region. And I'm not going to talk a lot today. We're going to leave it to the relevant people. Just to give you a little bit of an introduction of the people we have here today. They're from Bash. Bash is part of the Foschini Group, largest South African retailer. They've been with Vtex for the last couple of years. We rolled it out, I think, pretty much about this time last year. They became, in 12 months, one of the biggest accounts for us, not only in the region, but at global level. Okay, so I'm going to leave the word to Jacques to drive a little bit through their challenges from a business perspective, but also architectural perspective, with the focus on their Omni transformation. So please give it up to Jacques. Yeah, let's go. Yeah.
Testing, yes. Thank you, Vincenzo. Good morning. Sadly, my own Portuguese is also limited to bom dia and obrigado, but we're learning. So thank you. My name is Jacques from the TFG Group back in Cape Town, South Africa. And my role is Group Director for Technology. So the Bash initiative falls under me as one of the big strategic objectives for our business. So a little bit here about our plan. Can I stand up here? Maybe easier to do that. So I can read a little bit here. A very, very big strategic objective for our group is, and our vision up there, is to create remarkable omnichannel experiences for our customers. So TFG is a very large bricks retailer. You're looking at 3,500 stores in Southern Africa only. We also have a business in Australia and the UK, but South Africa is by far the largest. 20 store brands, that makes it very complex. You know, every store brand is actually a standalone, very separate business with its own P&L. Some of those businesses are 50 or more years old. Some of them are very, very large. So we're dominant in a couple of categories. Sportswear, ladies fashion, in particular men's fashion, very, very big. And homeware. So homeware also brings a lot of complexity with furniture ordering, make to order, being able to order stuff that's still on the water, and so on and so on. So it's actually quite a complex business from that perspective, retail business. A house of brands with very, very different businesses all under one umbrella. So the challenge for us is really, how do we create a single digital platform? So where we came from is all these standalone websites. So for us, the big game changer was to go to one single digital platform. And that was really our game plan from the start. More interested. Glad you made it. So I'll just do the introduction. I'm going to hand over to you. So by far for us, as the leading South African fashion retailer, homeware retailer, how do we go from 16 standalone websites to a single digital platform? And that's really the background to the journey.
Thank you, Jacques. Tristan will kick in to talk a little bit about the journey of Bash up until now, what they have done since they replatformed to Vtex, and what are their next challenges for the next years. Tristan, give it up to you.
Okay, hello, good morning. I apologize for the delay. There was quite a bit of traffic. But we're here. Jacques, thank you very much for taking the reins. Vincenzo, thank you. Cool. So I'm going to try to get through this quickly. My name is Tristan. Hello to you all. I am an engineering manager at Bash, e-commerce company from South Africa. Jacques has just given you a bit of an overview of the parent company that we belong to, and I guess the reasons that we wanted to build out an e-commerce platform on top of that. So I guess the next thing is, who is Bash? So Bash started as a Bash started as a digital lab within TFG, and it has emerged as an autonomous startup within the group. It is a tech-focused division tasked with realizing the company's e-commerce ambitions. It is the leading South African fashion and lifestyle shopping platform for a growing community of connected buyers. So a little bit about our journey so far. Bash was founded around 3 years ago, and back then it was still called TFG Labs. A lot of time was spent in the first year taking the reins from TFG's existing e-commerce presence while looking to lay the foundations for a full re-platform and a new brand. So we've accomplished a lot in the past 3 years, but I'll focus on some of the highlights. In January of 2021, we wrote our first line of re-platforming, first line of code, sorry, and we made the move to integrate Vtex as our e-commerce partner of choice. 3 months after that, we registered the bash.com domain and we began developing out our brand. In July of that same year, we rolled out a beta version of our new website and app. And 6 months after that, in January of 2022, we released Bash to the public. So where are we now? Well, Bash is now the #1 South African fashion shopping app with over 1.2 million monthly active app users, which is continuing to grow rapidly. We command over 35% of online retail market share, and TFG's e-commerce penetration has grown by 25%. So the focus of today will be on one of our new products, our new efforts, an in-store sales app, which we call Bashstore. And really what it is building upon the success of Bash, utilizing our new e-commerce platform to unlock incremental sales in stores and achieve omnichannel selling, allowing store employees to sell online stock using frictionless payment methods such as on-device tap to pay. So we started a proof of concept for this project in January of 2022. And in December of the same year, we rolled out a pilot across roughly 20 stores for a period of 4 months. It was a major success, proving our hypothesis that unlocking our online catalog in stores would lead to incremental sales. We are now gearing up to scale to 350 stores over the next 6 months. Cool. So that's Bash, that's TFG, that's Bashstore. Now we will talk a little bit about our technical architecture, how we've integrated with Vtex. I will touch on our web and consumer-facing mobile app, and focus again will be on the new in-store sales app. So what were some of our goals with this re-platform and new architecture? We wanted to re-platform TFG, leveraging the Vtex commerce platform. We wanted to build out a bespoke user interface and native experiences on both mobile and web. We wanted to maximize the shared resources between our products, and also we wanted to create tailored journeys for both online and in-store experiences. So if we take a little look at our current architecture, we have 3 main layers. You've got our legacy Foschini group, our new Bash platform, and the Vtex commerce engine. So as with any re-platform and transformation of a brick and mortar retailer, there are legacy pieces to maintain. For us, that's primarily written in C# and .NET Core, still mostly on premises. It's responsible for a lot of our core product, customer, and order data, as well as point of sale systems and financial services. So one up from that, we built out our new Bash integration layer, which is a modern layer written in Golang and Python for the most part, deployed to AWS. It includes a new order management system, product enrichment management, logistics engine, payment integration, just to name a few. And then obviously alongside all of that, we're using Vtex as the e-commerce platform that handles all of our business logic around catalog browsing, promotions engine, cart and checkout logic. And then if we just sort of at a very high level, want to look at how these three pieces interface with one another. We essentially sync our raw product data from on-premises PMM to our new Bash PIM, where product data is enriched and made available for online purchasing. That enriched data is then synced along with stock information to the Vtex catalog. So customers through Vtex APIs and services then browse products, build up carts, and then check out placing an order, at which point once an order has been placed, our Bash OMS consumes the event, validates and transforms the raw data, performs logistics calculations, and then sends it down to our legacy sales order management service for fulfillment and delivery. So the benefits of this approach is it allowed us to progressively build out our new Bash platform, slowly replacing legacy pieces, but letting Vtex handle all of the heavy lifting and filling in the blanks. So we have three primary products, as mentioned before. We have Bash.com, which is our web app. We have Bash, our consumer-facing mobile app, and Bashstore, our new staff-facing in-store sales app. So Bash.com, just a brief look at the sort of front-end architecture there. For the most part, consists of Vtex IO components utilizing out-of-the-box functionality with CSS customization. Our checkout is based off of the Vtex Checkout UI app, again with CSS customization and a few other bits and pieces. And then we are slowly trying to migrate certain pieces to fully headless components built out with Next.js 14. Examples of that are our new PLP and search. So again, benefits of this approach was utilizing Vtex's out-of-the-box solutions allowed us to achieve a fast time to market and focus our energies on building out our new platform and native apps. So in the mobile side, we have Bash and Bashstore. Bash, our consumer-facing app running on iOS and Android, and Bashstore, our in-store staff-facing app running only on Android. Now, both apps are fully headless with a custom UI and design system. They are built on the Flutter framework and they are deployed cross-platform. They utilize a shared package approach for sharing data contracts and UI components. Next. So, how did we make this work between all of our apps, Vtex, Bash? We made use of Vtex's headless commerce. So in order to achieve our bespoke solution, we integrated Bash and Vtex in a monorepo, an API gateway monorepo that abstracted away both of the platforms and both the dependencies into domain-driven services for product, cart, and checkout. And then we essentially deploy 3 very lightweight API gateways per platform from that monorepo with slight customizations depending on the client and the experience. So really what this does, it fetches and transforms data from the upstream services, integrates and abstracts away Vtex and Bash into a single universal e-com API for each of our products. Just to mention, in-store, our sales app does run on multiple platforms as well. Utilizing Flutter, it runs on some custom Android mobile point-of-sale based hardware, as well as using Flutter for web, it runs on our traditional desktop point-of-sale systems as well. Then lastly, we just have, I guess, a few demos of some of our key features. I think I'm going to press one back. All right, we'll see if the video wants to play. But, okay, cool. Well, we implemented role-based access and login for all of our staff in store, utilizing our internal Azure Access Directory as an identity provider through OAuth 2. Staff's data and groups are synced from our core HR systems, and in doing so, we can track staff performance, push incentives, and also lock functionality and store access down based on role. Then from a catalog perspective, our in-store sales app has access to the exact same catalog as our consumer app through the Vtex catalog APIs. Staff are able to build up guest carts and place orders on their behalf utilizing the Vtex headless checkout API. And we've also made use of Vtex custom trade policies to filter unique product catalogs and promotions for in-store use only. Sorry, the demo videos don't seem to be working. And then lastly, from a payments perspective, we process sales on device with 3 main methods. So we have a TFG account, which is our version of an internal customer credit offering. We have electronic gift card, and then we also have tap to pay through chip swipe and NFC. So TFG account and electronic gift card were both done through the Vtex Veil payment protocol, and tap to pay is processed on device by a local third-party provider using an intense API between native apps and using the Vtex promissory payments API. So the benefits of this approach was that the Veil protocol allowed us to easily integrate our third-party electronic gift card provider and our internal credit offering as payment producers on cards. And the Vtex promissory flow allowed us great flexibility in processing on-device payments with a local provider that didn't necessarily have a Vtex payment connector set up. And again, we also made use of Vtex custom trade policies here to isolate payment methods to in-store experiences only. Cool, I think I whizzed through that, but that's us, that's Bashstore.
Huh? That's crazy. Thank you very much. Thank you, Tristan, for giving us the opportunity to deep dive a little bit in your experience with us, with the development of your new products. Can you tell us a little bit more about what are your next challenges with the in-store app, and what are you trying also to achieve with this new solution?
Yeah, so I think one of the biggest things for us coming next is currently through our POC, our proof of concept, we're only selling online stock in the store, but not the actual stock that's in the store due to our parent company having a separation between the two. So only a certain percentage of products are actually enriched, made available for online sale, and then actually purchasable in store. But really we think that the true power to unlock there is mixed baskets, so being able to buy what's in front of you and get what's in line that's not there through a single sale, single transaction, leave it what's there, have the rest delivered. In doing so, yeah, we've got a couple things we need to look at in terms of how we get that catalog online.
Thank you. Can we take questions from the audience? We can do that? I think so. Is there any questions? There is one there. I will go.
Hi there. Really nice work with the whole journey. It's quite impressive. I had a question about SEO, search engine optimization. I think it was one of your principles when we saw it yesterday. What kind of actions did you take to keep those rankings more or less intact and protect your SEO position, basically?
Sure. So a little bit out of my wheelhouse, but I'm not on the web team, but I can speak high level to what we've done. So as mentioned before, web is currently a mix of Vtex IO components, custom checkouts, and we are slowly starting to build out some headless pieces. So the choices for the first pieces to go fully headless was PLP and search, and I believe that was to have full control over our SEO and our ranking, get as much performance as possible. But unfortunately, that's the most I can speak to. So I guess headless is the answer there.
Daniel?
Yeah, I had a question. What did you use? What did you use Kafka for in the architecture? You put it up at the beginning. Yeah.
Kafka.
Yeah.
So that's just for general communication between TFG layer, bash layer, microservices. I mean, we use it in various ways, but for general eventing. Does that answer your question sufficiently?
I think we have one over there.
I will do the question in português, ok? Você disse que tem um desafio de vendas, né, entre o online e o físico. Tem alguma iniciativa que você utilizou geolocalização de clientes?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you too well.
We need translation. Can you give it to Danny? Will help us here.
It's basically a question around, have you ever used customer geolocation on the websites to identify where customers are, and if you change the experience in some way?
We are identifying them, and we certainly are looking at ways to customize the experience based on that, yes.
I think that this is also relevant, for example, for checkout, no? And like you have a pretty large network of pickup stores that are represented by your stores, if I understand correctly, that where the question is coming from, right? Okay, so
Yes.
Hello.
anyone else?
Yes. I noticed
There is
from-
one
right here.
right there. Okay,
Yeah,
thank
I
you.
noticed from your architecture slide that you were using a separate OMS and not the Vtex OMS, and you also had a separate PIM when Vtex has an amazing product catalog. So what was the rationale for not using the internal Vtex product?
Okay, again, I'm going to try to answer that to the best of my ability. But yeah, I might call on my director if I don't have the full answer. But I know for OMS, I can at least say, due to the legacy services that we have from the Foschini group, the nuances in our fulfillment and picking and packing process, I don't think it was an easy translation to just plug that into Vtex's OMS. I think that works a little bit better when you have a sort of golden path, and ours was a little bit more, well, not golden. So the OMS piece in Bash really at this point is kind of just a validation and transformation service between Vtex and our on-premises sales order. So it just gets the data in the right format, rejects it if it's not, and then sends it off to our legacy piece. In terms of PIM, honestly, I suppose I don't really know, but I guess it's to position us to maybe onboard other merchants as our own marketplace in the future. We have a central point for product enrichment and sanitization, but that's about all I can speak to, sorry.
If I can add up something on that, on the project itself, maybe something that was missing from the old picture is that you had to rationalize a lot of legacy systems.
Yes,
no?
yes, exactly.
I was talking yesterday to Jan, I think he was saying that you went from 30 WMSs down to 5, and that they need to go down to 2 now.
Yes.
So I think that that's also one piece of information that's a little bit like justifies the yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome, Nadia.
Hi everyone, I'm Nadia. I'm not going to say it. Just to respond to the question about catalog, we had to do quite a fair amount of customization to implement Vtex in a very short period of time. And at the time, we didn't think catalog was one of those things. So the catalog project almost started too late in the process. And to Tristan's point, to actually accommodate the level of customization we needed, because we have 15 different brands, all with their own taxonomy, completely different structures. It was just, we kind of spin off a different project at a catalog level where we build our own pin on the side while trying to implement Vtex for everything else.
Thank you, Nadia.
Okay, I think that we are right on time. I would like to thank you all to participate to this session. If you have any questions for us, any curiosity, please come and find us. We are open to answer any kind of questions that you might have in the future. I would like to thank the Bash team to be here with us today, Tristan to be on stage to share his experience with us, and hope you see you around.
Yes,
Thank you very much.
We just also want to extend our thanks to you and the Vtex team for having us here. It's a great honor and a privilege. Sorry we were late, but very grateful we got to open the tech stage. Hope everyone has a good day.